Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Kenneth Hahn for Ask the Rabbi Thursdays in JUTV, and today I'm talking about the question, is the great Jewish art of kvetching, or complaining, useful? And I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Most of what I'm going to do today involves citing quotations or telling a joke or two. And I want to actually start with a joke. An older Jewish man comes running into a restaurant and saying, "Oi, am I thirsty? Oi, am I thirsty? I am so thirsty." Seeing this, a server runs over to him and hands him a glass of water, and he drinks it down. Oi, was I thirsty? Okay, so what does this tell us about us? I think what it suggests is that we frequently put our attention on our misfortunes and we like to complain about them. And if we don't have anything to complain about in our current moment, we can look to the past, or the future for that matter, and find something we can be anxious about, scared about, or whatever. David Bader, who's the author of two very funny books about Judaism, who has been a practicing Jew and a practicing Buddhist for many, many years, wrote haikus for Jews, and in the other book he wrote subsequently called Zen Judaism, which is kind of a funny amalgamation of Zen and Jewish principles, he writes that Zen Judaism combines ancient Eastern meditation practices with traditional Jewish lower back pain. Okay, so that's where we tend to put our attention. He goes on to write in one of these aphorisms that we should all, quote, accept misfortune as a blessing. Do not wish for perfect health or a life without problems. What else would you talk about? It turns out, though, that Jews are not the only ones who have spent a lifetime focusing on problems and complaining about them. One of my favorite quotations comes from actually a French philosopher from the 1500s, Michel de Montaigne, who wrote, "My life has been full of terrible misfortunes, most of which never happened." So what does this all mean? What does it add up to? It's sad if we spend a lot of our time and attention focusing on negativity. But at a more fundamental level, I think, the bigger problem is that it takes us away from focusing on the present. After all, there's that great quotation, "The past is history, the mystery is a future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present." And we would do very well to focus on the present, because that's really the way into a peaceful, happy existence, which I think is what most of us want. Not really worrying about the future or regretting the past. Reinhold Niebuhr had a great quotation that sums all of this up when he said, "God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." So what does this all mean for us in practice? I think what it means is it would be a good idea to take several deep breaths, which I'll do right now, 3, and I encourage you to do the same. In and out. In and exhale. Inhale and exhale, and just be here now. Or as David Bader said, again from Zen Judaism, be here now. Be someplace else later. Is that so complicated? So, I wish you a wonderful Shabbat, being here now, spending less time planning, thinking about the future, or regretting, thinking about the past, or being anxious about any of it. But just settling down, being with your breath, and knowing that in the final analysis, that's all we have. So with that brief set of jokes and quotations, I will say see you soon, and tune in Monday for Music Monday. Have a great weekend. So long.